Welcome back to AM 590, 99.7 FM, and everywhere at News Radio KLBJ.com. That's where you can find our Todd and Oz podcast every day as well on our websites. Let's give them the business. It's brought to you by Pinballs. That's Pinballs with the Z, pinballs.com. The U.S. lawmakers, they're set to vote on a temporary funding to thwart a government shutdown as a rebellion within the ruling Republicans piled pressure on the party. And well, leaders to race to get get this done ahead of Election Day.
Speaker Mike Johnson called off a vote in the House on a bill to avoid a partial government shutdown.
No vote today because we're in the consensus building business here in Congress with small majorities. That's what you do. That's what I've been doing since I became Speaker.
Johnson included a requirement in the spending bill that people registering to vote must provide proof of citizenship. There are doubts the votes are there to pass. Johnson is not backing down.
The American people demand and deserve that we do everything possible to secure the elections. That's what we've been saying consistently. That's what I have heard from the people across the country in 198 cities across 39 states.
Democrats like California's Pete Aguilar are calling on Johnson to stop wasting time on a bill that will not become law.
We've seen how this ends. The only way to pass a government funding bill is to pass it on a bipartisan basis.
Former President Donald Trump seemingly encouraged a government shutdown if Republicans in the House and Senate don't get what he called assurances on election security. Ed Donahue, Washington.
It is 5:51. There's new data that shows Texas has seen the sharpest rise in debts in the country, according to the last 5 years of this report. Yeah, the debt relief company Turbo Debt compiled the data from the Federal Reserve, showing only North Dakota beats Texas with nearly 30% rise in debt since 2018. Texas saw a 19% drop, while 10 states didn't see a rise at all. Now, the gas pump isn't the only place that Texans are feeling the pinch. Many tell us that credit cards aren't, for big purchases anymore. Sometimes they're a means of survival. The Federal Reserve data gathered by Turbo Debt shows that Texas has seen a 19% rise in debt since 2018, the second highest jump in the country. The state's average debt-to-income ratio is 0.4 in 2018. That rose to 1.1 just last year. Now, Craig Flanders, he manages San Antonio-based debt management company Debt Redemption, and he says inflation and interest rates are the biggest factor in a household's debt-to-income ratio. It is 5:52. Microsoft admits to making a blunder with regard to a security update. And to fix it, well, you need to update it again.
Microsoft admits to faults in its coding for a series of updates to Windows 10 it pushed earlier this year. Because of the code error, the updates not only didn't fix detected vulnerabilities, it actually caused a number of Windows 10 computers to revert to previous buggy versions of certain software, undoing a number of security patches. Some of those critical vulnerabilities are within the standalone Microsoft Publisher app. Microsoft says the fix is simply another update. Ready now. Eben Brown, Fox News.
There's a new report that shows crypto industry accounts for nearly half of the corporate money contributed to political action committees so far this year.
Democracy 24.
Crypto corporations shelling out this election season to the tune of $119 million. Now, that represents almost half the corporate money spent this cycle. And most of that is going to a PAC called Fairshake. Make sure the money is exclusively supporting House and Senate races where a pro-crypto candidate has a shot at winning. Fairshake telling Fox Business, quote, "Our mission is clear. Support candidates who embrace innovation, want to protect American jobs, and are committed to working across the aisle to get things done and oppose those who do not." And the reality is, the crypto vote could move the needle. 1 in 5 Americans own crypto, and 73% of those share a candidate's stance on crypto will impact their vote. Former President Trump has been all in, even teasing a decentralized finance platform from the Trump Organization. VP Harris's team has been meeting with industry leaders, but as of now has shared no concrete campaign stance. Kelly O'Grady, Fox News.
It is 5:53.
Media Minute with Howard Kurtz.
Well, most commentators ranging from CNN to Fox News to MSNBC concluded that Kamala Harris beat Donald Trump in the Philadelphia debate. And while the ABC moderators clearly were much tougher and asked more follow-up questions of Donald Trump 5 times, clarifying the record, 0 for the vice president, Donald Trump called into Fox and Friends yesterday and said it was his best debate ever. He said, I think we did great. It was 3-1, referring to the ABC moderators. It was a rigged deal. He said they were correcting everything and not correcting with her. He went on to say, I think it was terrible from the standpoint of ABC. They're the most dishonest, in my opinion, the most dishonest news organization. And that's saying a lot because they're essentially all really dishonest. He doesn't give up easily. Meanwhile, the Taylor Swift endorsement of Kamala getting all kinds of media attention. With your Media Minute, Howie Kurtz, Fox News.
It is 5:54.
The Todd and Oz Show.